Welcome to my comparison of the 900 Global Origin EX Solid versus the original Origin Hybrid. The 900 Global Origin EX is a solid version of the Origin that was released in late 2024. The original Hybrid had the Reserve Blend 93 cover stock, while the Solid has the Reserve Blend 89 cover stock. The core of the two balls is identical, so the 14-pound version that I'm throwing here has an RG of 2.49, a differential of 0.50, and an intermediate differential of 0.020. The change in cover stocks is a very significant change. Somehow 900 Global has managed to make a clean, solid cover stock that was designed with high friction surfaces in mind. We'll talk more about that out on the lanes. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's a small action that makes a big difference in helping YouTube share quality videos. A huge thank you to everyone who's already subscribed. We've crossed 500 subscribers and are quickly approaching 550. I never thought I'd see 50, let alone 500. Now, let's head out to the lanes. As always, we're bowling on the Town & Country house shot. This was a rare instance where I had a chance to do a ball review on a completely fresh pattern. Great for testing bigger balls like these. Usually I have a chance to throw these balls a game or two before throwing them on the review videos. Not in this case. These are the first shots right out of the box with the Origin EX. Anything fresh out of the box will need at least a few shots to settle down, and the Origin EX is no different. With some rare exceptions, I typically put weaker pin down layouts on bigger asymmetric balls just to get the ball to go further down the lane. But with Global's description of the Origin EX, I went with a much stronger than usual 4.5 by 4 by 2 layout to see how good they did getting this ball to be more controllable. While I was trying to come up with a way to get a good comparison of the Origin EX ball roll compared to the Origin Hybrid, I wanted to see if I could overlay one shot on top of the other. I think it came out with a really neat effect. Let me know what you think of it, and if you want to see more like it in the comments. Ironically, I drilled my original Origin Hybrid with a 5 by 5 by 4 layout, which puts the pin in my middle finger, but really tames down the reaction. Pin down layouts increase the overall RG, making the ball go further down the lane, decreases the differential, making the ball hook a little less, and increases the pin buffer to slow down and smooth out the overall ball motion. As you can see, the way I drilled my original Origin Hybrid produced a very similar shape to the Origin EX. The Origin EX is still smoother and a bit earlier than the Origin. The original Origin goes a bit further down and snaps a little bit more in the back end due to its shiny power edge surface. I can understand how you get a controllable reaction out of a sanded solid. They typically start reading the lane earlier, which causes them to use more energy and earlier on the lanes. That makes perfect sense. So you may be thinking like me, how did they make a dull, solid ball get almost as far down the lane as a shiny Hybrid? The answer is that they've used a weaker cover stock on the solid. But how? Storm's Alex Hoskins, who is absolutely amazing at explaining technical information and making it understandable, has a video explaining this. I'll link it in the comments so you can get the explanation directly from him. The quick summary of Alex's explanation, and I can't begin to do it justice, is that there are two types of friction at work in bowling ball cover stocks: mechanical friction and chemical friction. Mechanical friction is the surface cover treatment like 2000 grit, 4000 grit, or power edge, the surface on the ball that we can change. Chemical friction is part of the composition of the cover stock itself, something we can't change, and that's part of what you see reflected in the RB93 and RB89 cover stock designations. Overall, the Origin EX does exactly what Global said it would do. It's a smooth, clean solid that somehow works at 2000 grit without starting to hook at the arrows. I can absolutely see this ball working on older, higher friction lanes and oil volumes that are on the lower side without sacrificing the bigger asymmetric cores. Moving over to the original Origin hybrid, when I drilled it up, I wanted something that would behave like the Origin EX. It just didn't exist at the time. While the shapes are very similar, understandable with the same core and drilling it with a 5x5x4 layout, the hybrid Origin is slightly longer, slightly more angular, but they're really close. I would fully expect the Origin hybrid to outhook the Origin EX if they were drilled the same. I can see the Origin working better when you have to move left because the heads are breaking down or you need something shiny to get the ball further down the lane. The Origin EX will help you keep the ball in front of you longer and will be more useful on shorter and flatter patterns, but at the same time could definitely see it smoothing out and controlling the over-under on house shots. If I had to do it all over again, knowing what I know now with the Origin EX release, I would drill the Origin up the same way I drilled the Origin EX. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you to Town & Country Lanes in Nitro, West Virginia for letting me shoot these videos. I'd like to thank my partners, Storm for making the best bowling balls on the market, Vice for making the best inserts and interchangeable thumbs, and Bolify for making great looking and comfortable apparel. Stop by your local Storm VIP Pro Shop to see the latest releases in the Storm, Rotogrip, and 900 Global lines.